3 years ago, something amazing happened that really changed my life. I decided to get my first gold pan, grab a shovel, and head out to the creek for the very first time and found my very first piece of gold. I decided to take my camera with me, and I ended up uploading the video to the new channel I created, which was called Rookie Gold Prospector at the time. Since then, it's been such an amazing journey. I've met so many amazing people in the gold prospecting community. It's enriched my life so much. So as a tribute to my start in this wonderful hobby and my new channel, we're going to go through some highlights of my very first ever gold prospecting trip, where I found my very first ever piece of gold. So let's go ahead and take a look at that, and I hope you enjoy. Good morning, I'm the Rookie Gold Prospector. This is my first time prospecting, but before I get my shovels dirty, let's look around and see if we can find signs that there's actually gold here. Here's a sign. Here's a sign. Here's a sign. Here's another pretty good sign. Well, I finished carrying all my gear down that big hill about 100 yards away from here. I got all my gear down here, and I just wanted to show you guys real quick what I brought with me. I got a full-size shovel, got some buckets, got various pans and classifier screens. I got a spoon and a snuffer bottle for sucking up the gold out of the pan. Got a little scoop here and a digging tool. Looks like a big knife, but it's classified as a digging tool. It's got some serrated edges on there for digging, so hopefully that'll work pretty well. I got this little tub here that I can use to pan in if I'm not sitting right next to the creek. This right here is a backpack sluice box, so I'll open that up a little bit later and show you what I got going on in there. And the water's freezing cold today, and I'm going to play around in the water anyway, so I have a nice pair of waders that I'm going to use here in a little bit. I got a bunch of hand tools as well. I got a little rock pick. I got some shovels and rakes, various little crevicing tools like this so I can dig into rock crevices. And I got some wire brushes here that I can use also to brush off the bedrock. And that's what we've got today. So let's go ahead and get these waders on and get down in there and start doing some prospecting. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of look at the way this creek runs, see what type of erosion there is, what type of rocks, what type of soil, which is mostly going to be red clay full of mica, which is going to make it kind of challenging to pan. But you can see where this erosion has happened. There's a layer up in there. It looks like some old cobble or old tailings, not sure which. I'm sure somewhere in there is a layer of false bedrock that I could probably take a look at. But this is actual bedrock right here, which makes me think that not very far down is also bedrock. This bedrock here, not sure what kind of rock it is, but it feels like clay. And actually you can just kind of push it apart. Maybe it is clay, I don't know. But it comes apart pretty easy. Normally that would be where you want to look for gold, is some decomposing bedrock, but we can't dig into the bank here, so we're going to move on upstream and see what's going on up there. So use this classifier to wash these big rocks off and get down to a smaller amount of material that I can pan. Alright, so what we're going to do is, got the water in here, we're going to swirl like this. Get rid of some of the bigger rocks, make it harder to pan. We're just going to go like this and pull the top layer of material off, and then get it to sink again. The gold sinking to the bottom. I'm already seeing some black sand, so at least I got some heavy stuff in my pan here. See, if there's any gold in the pan, it's gonna sink to the bottom and stay in those ripples. I'm just gonna keep moving the material around like this, tilt it forward, and pull off the top couple layers like that. Alright, so I'm not an expert at this. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see what I'm doing here or not, but I'm going to go ahead and swirl back like this and get down to the heaviest stuff that's at the bottom there, and there is no gold in here. So let's move on. All right, this is what I hear all kinds of prospectors talking about here, is an inside bend. So the creek goes right around the corner there. By the way, that looks like a perfect spot to set up my sluice box. I don't know, somebody may have already used that there. But this right here looks like some nice material to check at. Because you can see there's some bigger stuff getting dropped here by the wash, you know, when the water's higher after the rain. So let's go ahead and give that a try. And go ahead and pan this up. A lot of material to handle. Alright. One thing I like about this pan here, here at Super Sluice, is there's a lot of material and there's a giant ripple. It makes it hard to screw up. I'm gonna keep swirling. If I'm doing this wrong, guys, leave it in the comments. Like I said, I am a rookie, so there may be something I can learn. You need to post what time you're referring to in the comments, and I promise I'll read it and try to learn something. I'm gonna get that heavy stuff from the bottom. I think that's about far enough. This pan is probably too big to do one-handed panning in, but I want to see if, yeah, I don't feel comfortable. I'm going to mess it up. So I'm going to put the camera down, try to get it panned all the way down and see what we got. All right. Well, before right now, my career mining gold total was 0. Let's see if we can get that. It's definitely a piece of gold. It's too small to pick up. It's not a picker. I know it's not mica, because it doesn't matter which way I look at it. That's metal. It's bright, shiny gold. My first gold ever. Now, I don't know how well this camera's going to zoom in, but there it is. The first gold of my entire life. We are on the board. If you see, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 colors in the pan at least. Wow. So I'm going to use my snuffer bottle. I'm going to suck up my first gold ever. Oh my God, this is so awesome. Alright, I think you can see a little bit better. I don't think my thing's going to focus very much, but let's go ahead and put my finger down there. There you go. It's still not one to focus. But that's gold. That's some Georgia gold right there. So I know on the Gold Rush show, sometimes they'll say, oh, it's got 10 colors in the pan, go ahead and run it. But I got 5 colors in the pan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe more. So I'm going to go ahead and fill up some buckets, set up the sluice box, and see what we can get. Got my scoop right here, my material. Let's see what happens. Start. I think the best way to do it is just kind of go like that. Wash it down and just keep going. Wow, you guys missed me dropping my phone in the river here, or the stream. Before I start putting too much material, let's see what happens in these riffles. Are the riffles going to get cleaned out, or are they going to be completely clogged up with, oh no, they're getting clogged. What am I doing wrong here? Alright. Are these riffles going to clear out? I don't know. I'm not sure, but I don't want to lose gold. And for some reason, this riffle right here is definitely full. And I know, like, playing with the riffles is like a big no-no, but I don't really know what I'm doing. Let's just go ahead and keep throwing material in there and just see what happens. I'm going to do it a little more slowly. That way it doesn't really build up a lot. That's time to wash the light stuff away. Good thing about having waders is you can sit in the river and run your material. I'll run it a little more slowly and just kind of see. It's cleaning up the riffles all right. I mean, I feel like any gold ends up in there, it's probably going to stick around. But whoa, actually, this right here should not be building up right here. So I got some problems here. I'm really having trouble. I think I just don't have enough flow, honestly. I mean, let me see what I can do to get some more flow. I'm going to have to build some type of dam or something, because this obviously isn't enough. So this is actually a lot harder than I thought. So it's just not clearing out. And I think that either means that I have not enough flow or not enough pitch. So I got some work to do on figuring out how to do this. I'm going to go ahead and finish putting this bucket through and then do a clean out. So that was definitely some rookie moves right there. If there was anything in here, it's probably not in here now. But I'm going to clean it out anyway. Clean. Clean. And my first piece of Myers moss is in here. Definitely not an expert at any of this. There's a big difference between watching somebody do it on YouTube and doing it yourself. Looks clean to me. So there's what I'm left with. That's the small stuff. I imagine there's gold that'll be in there. This is probably not going to have much in it, but I did such a horrible job with the sluice. I don't know how some of these YouTubers do it, but I'm going to try to do this one-handed. Alright, this is hard. Go ahead. see if I can do it like this. Alright, see you guys. Not being too careful. I just want to see if there's anything in there. Not looking good. Actually, there's a couple tiny flecks there. I mean, we're talking tiny. That's gold. And it's not mica. The way you can tell is metallic, no matter what angle you look at it from. It's definitely metallic, it's definitely gold. Alright. So I wasn't imagining it, and it wasn't mica. There's probably more somewhere, but there is gold.
So that's going to do it for the highlights of my very first ever prospecting trip. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed finding my very first ever piece of gold. That experience has enriched my life so much. Here I am 3 years and 30,000 subscribers later, and my life has just been enriched so drastically by this experience. The gold prospecting community has been amazing and so supportive. 3 years later, 30,000 subscribers. I can hardly believe it. Special shout out to Dan Hurd, Ask Jeff Williams, Mount Baker Mining and Metals LLC, Vogus Prospecting, and of course, I can't forget Sluice Boy Prospecting and Lost River Gold and Gems Mining, the two channels that first showed me that there's actually gold in Georgia, which is where I lived at the time. And they inspired me to head on out and see if I can find some gold of my own. And I actually did, and that was the start of something beautiful, gold fever. But I really appreciate all of you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, consider joining to become a member, and check out my Patreon, which is still titled Rookie Gold Prospector. So if you want to support me, those are two ways that you can do it, as well as check out my merch store, goldiswhereyoufind.com, where you can get stocking caps like this and lots of other merchandise, and everything that you get there supports the channel. That's going to do it for today's video. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you next time.